Hey, folks, do you want to support this Ne'er-Do-Well podcast? Well, you can. Go over to patreon.com, and for $5 or $20, you get this podcast the day it comes out in full, beautiful 4K video format. Go over to YouTube and subscribe, and go over to eddiepepitone.com to see all of his tour dates. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people working out in a public park, people living in the park, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the only podcast filmed at dusk in public. And he's here. He's looking good, feeling fine, 69 in the sunshine. He's got his Apple Watch. He's got his pretty blue eyes. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, everybody. We are in a danger zone here in NOHO Park. It is getting dark, and as you know, we're in Los Angeles, where today, I don't know if you read about this, Kevin, but today, hello, everybody. Today, a bus was hijacked by someone with a gun, and there were some passengers on board. Remember that movie? Was it called Speed?
Yeah. With Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, I think Keanu?
And Keanu Reeves was in there.
That was a simpler time when
really
buses were hijacked. But anyway, well, they were only hijacked in the movies, but now it's happening in real life where a guy jumps on a bus with a gun, and there were some passengers on board. You know what I was thinking I would do? I would just go to the, I would just pull the cord and go, driver, getting off.
Yeah.
Driver?
Driver.
And he's got the guy who was driving it was the guy with the gun. No one was injured, I understand. The cops got the bus with these spikes. You know those spikes that flatten their tires?
Yeah.
And then they got him, and I think no one was injured.
Thank God.
But I don't know. If I was on that bus, and hello, everybody, again, I'm just jumping into a story. This is Apocalypse Soon. Mm-hmm. And I think that the breakdown of society is what the apocalypse harbins, whatever the word. It harkens to just a complete lawlessness. And so, just hijacking buses is something that is going to happen more and more, which is why I don't take much public transportation lately.
No way. I mean, last week we had a stabbing on a subway. This week
right.
we got a bus being hijacked. I mean, it's wild. Somebody could hijack this podcast.
You ever been on a bus that's hijacked with a man with a gun? Nabisco has, and we got a cookie for that called Hijack. Our girls will be out there. Well, they're not really girls. A lot of them are men from jail. Anyway, don't use your Ring camera when they approach the porch, because a lot of these guys... Anyway, we got a cookie called Hijack, and it's shortbread, and these folks will be out there selling them. Oh.
So... Anyway, it's good to get Charles Nabisco in early.
Oh, Chucky Nabisk.
Chucky Nabisk.
He's a staple at this point.
He really is. And so it's getting, and I'm actually chilly, which is a nice state to be in Hollywood, in North Hollywood, here in the Valley. Feels good.
I got another jacket in my car.
That's okay.
I mean,
that's okay. I'll make it.
All right.
I'll make it. I'm tough stock. The Pepitones, we were raised in the mountains where altitudes were high. My dad originally was a snow dog.
Really?
You know that?
I didn't know that.
My father was a snow dog before he morphed into an Italian, a Sicilian. But speaking of Italians, welcome to World Domination. I'm your host, the Italian alien. By the way, we have gotten some more suggestions. Can you open up your email there?
I can, absolutely.
Maybe we'll do one of the suggestions again by one of our fans.
Why don't we do
Joanne, I believe.
Why don't we do a guided meditation, and while you're doing that, I'll look up
okay.
some of the emails.
Sounds good. Let's go.
And now, guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, everybody. I want everybody to put down all of their weapons. I want everybody to put down all of their resentments. So let's reiterate. I want you to put down your weapons, number one. I want you to put down your resentments, number two. And I want you to take your troubles and flush them, because you're about to go on a meditation. And what we're going to do with your first in-breath is I want you to just visualize yourself on a bus that is not being hijacked, okay? I want you to visualize yourself on a bus where there isn't a gunman. It's a nice, clean bus where the bus will actually have funding from the federal government instead of the federal government funding all these endless wars and brutality overseas. They're actually funding public transportation, and it's a beautiful bus, and there you are, you're sitting on it, and all of a sudden there's a couple of shots ring out. That's because even though you're on a beautiful bus, yes, it is still dangerous, but I want you to breathe in that both of these bullets have missed you. They've missed you. They've missed you so much. They miss you more than your children miss you when you go on a beautiful road trip. And now I want you to just lay down on that bus, because the bus has a nice blanket on it, and the bus is going over 100 miles an hour because there is no driver in there. The driver who took the bus from the bus driver just put a brick on the accelerator, and it's going 100 miles an hour, and it's starting to rain, and the bus is driving in the rain, the nice, gentle rain that cascades down like a brush, like a Fuller Brush salesman. If you've ever heard of Fuller Brush salesman, the rain cascading down like a Fuller Brush. This is still your first in-breath, by the way. And now, as you're going 100 miles an hour on a beautiful public bus, the bullets have missed you more than your children miss you when you go on a road trip. Now, with your first out breath, I want you to breathe out all the devastation, all the complete lack of concern that the powers that be have for you. I want you to breathe out the fact that, yes, you do have some control in your life to not react to things, but that control is getting shakier and shakier. As we speak, there's a hurricane bearing down on Florida and the southeast, and it's going to be a big one. They're saying Hurricane Helene, and all these hurricanes are going to get bigger and bigger. And I want you to breathe the eco-catastrophe out, the hijacking of buses out. I want you to breathe out the fact that we can hardly breathe. Breathe out the fact that our air is so poisoned at this point that we are going to be crawling to work soon. We're going to be, automobiles, fossil fuels are going to have to be cut abruptly, and we're going to be crawling to work on our bellies the way some Indian gurus do to prove that they are not materialists. They crawl on their bellies for miles and miles. I have never done that because I have very nice skin and I I don't want to ruin it. And now with your final in-breath, I want you to breathe in a new beginning, a new horizon, a new start, a new way of looking at things, a new partner in your life, a new bank account, but most of all, a new car. That's right, a new car is behind curtain number 3.
And thanks for joining us on another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone. It's a new car!
Hey, everybody. Sorry I had a spit, but I really...
I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah.
We got spitters.
So, did you get the email?
I got it. We got one from...
Is this from Joanne?
No, we have one from Mark, Debbie, and Jesse.
Let's hear it.
So from Jesse, hey, Kevin and Eddie, love the show, longtime Patreon supporter, second or third time emailer. Couple ideas for bits if you need any. Eddie gets a job selling knives on a late night TV shopping channel.
Let's do that one right off the bat.
I love that.
Let's do that one. Let's do that right off the bat. I'm selling knives on a late night TV channel. Okay.
Welcome back to Cutlery Corner. I'm so excited to bring this next guest. This man, he's got some of these knives, man. They are just wild. I cannot wait for you to see him. Guys, welcome to the show, Eddie Pepitone.
Hey, thank you very much, Kevin.
Yes.
And I'm glad everybody has joined us here. We are selling knives, and I've got, look at this Ginsu.
Wow.
It's not a Ginsu, it's a Hutsu. It's a Hutsu. Look at this knife.
That
now,
is a
what we're
beautiful
going to
knife.
do with this is we're going to cut into a dolphin here. Now, we have a dolphin.
Okay.
We have a
Right,
dolphin laid across us. And, of course, by the way, no dolphins get hurt on our program. This one was already beaten to death in a little part of Japan called the Cove, where the Japanese disorient dolphins for their fishing industry, so they can sell dolphin meat.
A lot of beautiful knives coming out of Japan.
A lot of beautiful knives, a lot of dead dolphins. Let's get to it, huh?
Come
Kev?
on now, get
All right.
cut in there.
Now,
Let's see.
you like most people like the heart of a dolphin. I'm gonna cut out the heart.
Hello. I'm Charlie. Have you ever had a dead dolphin right in front of you? And someone's cutting out its heart? Nabisco has. And we got a cookie for that called Dolphin Heart all over the kitchen. And our girls, well, they're not girls. They're men out of jail. Don't use your ring camera when these folks come up to your porch because they can't be seen right now. But they got a dolphin cookie, and it's called Dolphin Heart in your kitchen.
Look for a flipper on the box.
All right, so now I just want to go lengthwise, Kev. Now, Kev, can you tell how deep that cut
Now
went?
that is a perfect, beautiful cut right there. No resistance. Now you're not some sort of bodybuilder or anything. You able to?
I'm not a bodybuilder.
Now that is a sharp knife.
I'm the opposite of a bodybuilder. I'm a body deconstructor.
That's right.
My body is falling apart rapidly, but look at how this knife,
It just
look
slices
at how
right
we
into
are
the dolphin.
filleting this dolphin.
Wow.
We'll be able to sell this dolphin meat illegally immediately. I want to shout out to all the people who thought that this was not a sharp knife. Kev, can I just poke you with the... Oh, I hit an artery.
Holy okay, now I'm bleeding. I got to put pressure on here.
I
but that
put
is
pressure
a
on
sharp
it.
knife.
Now, we are here. We have all kinds of knives. That one is sharp, but this one is really sharp. Watch this one.
Oh God! Well, folks, I
didn't know it was that.
He's still going.
This
folks.
one went right into my breastplate.
Now, if you want a knife that you can stab yourself into right through the breastplate, just like Eddie Pepitone had done right here.
It went right into my... I didn't know it was going to go that...
Call in right now. You get 12.
No, I am not going to end this...
Come on, you got to put pressure on it. You got to put pressure on it. Now, you call in right now, you get 17 of these knives for just $24.95.
Folks, you have to be able to use these.
Well, guys, we'll be right back with more.
I just want to say, Dolores, I love you. I'm sorry about the affairs with the guy who stole the bus. I'm sorry.
He's a pot. Now, if you want to make amends for his sins, call right now for $24.95. Get yourself a knife just like this. We'll be right back.
We got Dolphin.
We'll be right back on Cutlery Corner.
All right, what are the other suggestions? What are the other suggestions?
She said, Eddie starts an end times cult. And
A what?
An end times cult. And gives a speech for all the new cult members, welcoming them to their group and letting them know what to expect.
Okay, let's do that one.
All right. Welcome back to Cult Talk. On this week's episode, we visit a very little-known cult out of North Hollywood
No,
Park.
it's not cult talk. I am addressing the new recruits into my end times cult.
Okay.
Cult talk would be a show.
Where we talk about cults.
Right.
I see.
This is me being the head of the. Try to pay attention to the suggestions.
And now, rare video footage of Eddie Pepitone giving an introductory speech to his end of times cult.
Welcome, everybody. I want to thank the new members. Look, I know you have a lot of cults to choose from. Okay? I know there's a lot of cults that offer, glitzy things. As a matter of fact, I know Bob's cult, which is only about 2 football fields away, about 200 yards away here. Bob offers a shiny new car. No, we're a bare bones cult, but I promise that you won't regret it. So I know you had a lot of choices out there, and you came to my cult. I want to tell you what you can expect. Now, there's going to be a lot of blood. We got these new Ginsu knives that we just bought from a late night show, and it looks really good. It killed the host, and it also cut up a dolphin like nobody's business. So we got these new knives, and, we're in the end time, so I don't think this is going to be a joyride. But what I can guarantee you is it's going to be a lot of fun if you're crazy. And most people who join this cult, and most people at this stage of the lack of civilization in end times are already insane. As a matter of fact, we have the last newscaster here. Can you say something to us, last newscaster? Yes, our top story of the night. I'm fucking insane. All right, that's enough out of you. But anyway, we have a lot of people here, and what you can expect is a lot of blood, but there will be, we're coming up on Easter. We're still going to be celebrating major holidays. We have an Easter egg hunt, but like most of our activities, this will end in death. The Easter egg hunt will end in a brutal death of some sort, and it will probably involve a couple of people on the hunt. But it is a nice thing. Now, also what you can expect from us is we're going to at least feed you once a week. Okay? You're going to get fed once a week here, and it's buffet style, meaning whatever you can find on the ground, that's yours.
Hey, are there going to be orgies at this in the times cult?
Excuse me, I didn't hear.
Are there going to be orgies?
Oh,
at this,
orgies. Yeah. Oh, the sex.
Orgies.
Yes. The sex here is going to be indiscriminate.
Whew, thank God.
It's going to take place when you least expect it, and that's because we're in end times. There are no laws anymore, and I'm telling you, you're going to get a lot of sex, okay? I don't know whether or not you'll be on receiving or giving end. That's up to you. That's up to the fates.
Is there going to be any women in this cult? I don't see any ladies here.
Well, from what we understand, there are no women left in the planet, on the planet. So what we are going to do, though, is we are going to try to make some of the guys look really fetching, and hopefully that'll satisfy you. Now, one thing I want to say here is we run a tight ship, and by that I mean we don't run anything. This is the end times, and it's all just going to happen. And then I can hear you thinking, so why do I want to be in this cult where they don't do anything? Because I'll fucking kill you. I see you here, and I'll fucking kill you. All right? I have. You saw the movie Mad Max, and Mad Mask. I don't give a damn what you've seen. I'll kill you. I have these knives. I have all kinds of homemade guns. So please, don't threaten me. All right? I threaten you, and I'm sorry if this got off to a bad start, but I'm glad you're here.
Thanks for joining us on another unseen footage of Eddie Pepitone giving his introductory speech to his End of Times cult.
Any other suggestions?
Oh, yeah, they're coming. They are a-coming.
And this is from who now?
This one's from Mark. That last one was from Jessie.
Jessie.
She says she loves us, or he, I don't know.
When did that come in?
That came in on the 17th.
Of September?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
This one's from Debbie. I was on the L in Chicago. This is just an email shouting out. This is not a sketch idea.
Okay.
She said she was on the L in Chicago. Everyone was silent and gloomy. AM rush hour. Suddenly, I hear Al talking to Margaret. I had butt dialed the Apocalypse Soon podcast. I just let it play until I got off the L at Belmont.
Aw. All right, well, let's do an Al and Margaret, huh? We haven't done an Al and Margaret in a while.
I love it. And now it's time for another Checking In with Al and Margaret, the couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
Margaret, please, I'm trying to get some sleep. Oh, Margaret, please, you should not lay in bed next to me singing. Margaret, what are you so happy about? Al, I just got in the mail a coupon for 20% off a new bra. Really? It's a sound bra. What? What does that mean, Margaret? Do you know that some bras have terrific sound and it allows me to make phone calls and to play music through it? Come on, Margaret. You're doing a callback to one of Pepitone's bits about sound bras, and a very good job that Tinkin did editing it and putting a lot of great photos. Al, why do you have to undercut me? I'm not trying to undercut you. By the way, if I were going to undercut you, I would use those new knives, the Ginzu knives that Pepitone. Al, you don't have to make callbacks to everything. I'm sorry, Margaret, but you did the sound bra thing. All right, let's just live our damn lives. Would you like eggs? Margaret, it's 3 a.m. I know, but there's no bad time for eggs. What? There's no bad time for eggs, Al. As a matter of fact, if I ran an egg company, that would be the slogan of my company. There's no bad time for eggs. You know, that's a pretty catchy slogan. Are you that good at advertising, Margaret? Give me a product and I'll give you a slogan. How about dog grooming? There's no bad time for dog grooming. Now, Margaret, that may work for eggs, but it doesn't work for dog grooming. All right, here it is. Now, okay, you're right about that. I shouldn't be a one-trick pony. All right, now that's a Paul Simon song. Do 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 do. Now you're singing. Well, I got a 20% coupon in the mail myself. For what? For robot sex. Robot sex? Al, are you not happy with what goes on in our bedroom? I'm happy with what goes on in our bedroom, but I'm not happy in what goes on in the attic bedroom. Wait a minute. I didn't know there was an attic bedroom. You bet there is, Margaret, and sometimes I'll have sex up there, and I don't particularly like it. Who the hell are you having sex? First of all, Margaret, I want to point out you shouldn't get that upset about this because we're just two characters in Eddie Pepitone's mind. Oh, don't you try to weasel out of it, Mr. Weasley person. Come on, Margaret, you haven't given me a slogan for dog grooming. Okay, here it is. Fleas, ticks, unruly hair. Why not make it go away like our civilization itself? Now that's too long, Margaret, and also you don't want to be making political statements. All right, here is one for dog grooming, nice and sweet and to the point. Get a haircut for your damn fucking dog. All right, Margaret, that's kind of aggressive, and you know what? I'll take some eggs. Okay. Sunny side up or scrambled? Can I get them poached? How you know that I don't do poached eggs? You know that poached eggs for me are real pain in the ass. Margaret, you know that your poached eggs, when you have made them, basically can cure cancer. They're so good. Oh, I don't like the way you take shots at cancer, Al. You have no decorum when it comes to that horrible, horrible disease. Look, Margaret, we're not going to get it. We're fictional characters. So we should be able to, be lighthearted about it. Oh, well, do you want to go up into the attic bedroom and maybe kind of give it a twirl up there? Well, Margaret, I'd rather have eggs first. Al, there's no bad time for eggs.
Oh, I love it when they're getting frisky. Thanks for joining us for another Checking In with Al and Margaret, the couple living inside Eddie Pepitone's head.
Oh, boy. That one was good. It wasn't the best, Al and Margaret, I don't think, but I feel like...
It was intimate. It was...
Boy, it's getting dark here, huh?
Oh, it's getting
Luckily,
dark.
we're close to the road.
Yep.
And this was Kevin's idea. Let's get close to the road, close to humanity, because, it could get dicey as it gets darker,
Absolutely. Well, and we're staring into kind of a bright
the abyss.
light. So it's like, yeah.
Have you ever stared into the abyss? Nabisco has. Matter of fact, I'm staring into it now. And that's quite big, this abyss. Anyway, we got a cookie for it. Abyss, it's called Abyss, Abyss, Abyss. That's 3 abysses. So we call the cookie either Abyss, 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 or
Mr. Nabisco.
Who the hell is that?
It is the Italian alien, and I must implore you.
You sound a little Swedish there.
No, I am an Italian alien, and I want you to know that you are getting on my nerves with your depressing, morbid cookies. Wait a minute.
If you're an hey, have you ever been interrupted by an Italian alien? Well, Nabisco, and our scouts, these gals or men who are on parole will be, don't use your ring camera.
Look for the completely black box with the amorphous green blob on it.
We have fun even in the dark, don't we?
Even in the dark. It's a great time. No, but I'm always worried because it's bright. So like our eyes aren't adjusted. So somebody could come from the abyss of the
The
darkness.
light seems to work good from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it works well. It gets the job done here.
It gets the job done, right?
Eddie's going out of town on a tour.
That's right.
So go check him out if you're out there. We had to bank a couple of these episodes. So this was kind of a last minute, hey, let's go record.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I was sleeping.
I was sleeping too, but it's sort of like the red phone to the president. My red phone, Kevin.
Yes.
When Kevin calls, that's the red phone, and it
right.
blinks, and I'm like, baby, I've got to go.
I must answer the call.
A podcast awaits, and it's upwards of $700 a month.
We have a big light that shoots in the sky. It's just got a man falling down.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm flying to Vegas tomorrow, and I'm going to go do Skankfest. Well, actually, when this goes out, that'll be over, but then I'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the East Coast.
Yep.
So go to EddiePepitone.com with Chris Gether and Keegan Tyndale. And please come out, and looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be great.
What are you up to, by the way? We haven't checked in with you. The last we heard, your family had COVID. Are they better?
They're better. They're back in school today.
They are back in school.
They're back in school today. No symptom-free at the house. And we've gone through, I think my wife was laughing because I think
my wife,
she was counting. We went through 17 COVID tests.
17?
Yes, in the last week. So,
my God.
Like just checking.
You know what kills me about these COVID tests is a lot of time I'll read that they're not that effective anymore. And then I'm like, what the fuck? They say that you have to now go to like an actual lab, like they have these different public labs set up. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Ours seemed to work. Because my daughter, she kept testing positive, and for a while, my son would test positive. My son never had the symptoms though. So, but I guess the schools, like if you're symptom free, even if you're positive. If you've been symptom-free for 3 days, you got to come to school. So, yeah.
Even if you're positive?
Even if you're positive, yeah.
Whoa.
If you have no symptoms.
Boy, times have changed. If you have no symptoms.
Yes.
It'd be funny if what's your son's name?
Will.
Ladies and gentlemen, Will Tinkin, like the principal. Everybody gather around, and like the whole school is like in the gymnasium. This boy, Will Tinkin, he's positive for COVID, but he's symptom-free. However, as you know, the entire Tinkin family is suspect. Not only are they usually negative, and I mean that in an emotional, mental state, they're usually negative. Will Tinkin is positive, the only Tinkin who's currently positive. And we just want you to be careful because Will Tinkin is usually negative like his dad.
Hello. Are you not exhibiting any symptoms for COVID, but you still have a positive test?
Yes.
Come on down and get one of our cookies here.
You're doing Nabisco.
Still negative, but got the symptoms.
You know what you got to do a good Nabisco is kind of really slur. Like go down even deeper into hello.
Come on down.
Have you ever had someone try to imitate you when you're trying to sell cookies? Well, I got this pain in the ass here. My son, Bob Nabisco. Hey, Bob. Say hello to the folks.
Hello. Hey.
Bob is kept alive by a long blue tube of red liquid. Why is the tube blue and the liquid red? Nobody goddamn knows, but Bob here does. That's why we have a cookie called long blue tube with a red liquid. And our girls, men who are on parole, don't use your ring, camera.
Look for the barely living man on the box. That man being held together by tubes on the box. Our scouts will be out there, and don't use your ring camera.
Don't use that ring camera.
Do you have a ring camera?
No, because we got the apartment. But
I would like to use my ring camera in an apartment. I wonder if you could do that legally.
Oh, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's all wireless stuff. So you just put the doorbell, and then you get the receiver on the inside.
Oh, you have to have a doorbell.
Yeah. You basically...
because the doorbell triggers the camera?
Yeah. Or motion. But yeah, you can put a camera out there.
Motion?
Yeah. You can,
Oh, well, that would suck in an apartment because a lot of people go in the home.
Lots of motion.
Lots of motion.
Lots of motion, lots of emotion in an apartment building. By the way, somebody is playing the sweet, sultry tunes of a clarinet.
Where? Here?
Yeah, way back there. I can hear it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you see, I have fucked up hearing. You know, I used to do construction
Yeah.
with very loud machines, and I wasn't given the proper protective
Yeah. My
ear gear.
My-
Ear gear. Hello, welcome to Ear Gear. Welcome to Ear Gear. I'm your host, Canadian Bob Johnson.
What? What'd you say?
Eh? Now look, Ear Gear.
Oh, ear gear.
Ear Gear. We sell everything for the ears. Okay? We sell Q-tips.
A Q-tip.
We sell mufflers.
A muffler.
We sell hats.
Get yourself a bigger hat.
And we sell little tiny bugs that go in your ear and itch your brain.
It's all natural.
It's all natural ear gear. We're located near an active shooter.
Come near. Get to your ear gear.
The active shooter, when you see an active shooter, you know you're at ear gear.
If the gunshots are allowed, you know you're close.
They know you're close. Also, right next door to Ear Gear is a store that sells accessories for a dwarf planet. Do you know what a dwarf planet is?
What?
Do you know? Do you know what a
Sorry,
dwarf?
I don't have my ear gear in. Hold on.
If you want a hearing aid from Ear Gear, you're shit out of luck, because we can't hear you.
That's all right. I think. What is it, a dwarf planet?
A dwarf planet is a very big planet, and next door they have accessories.
It's a tiny the dwarf planet next to the bigger planet. It's called the Nose Bros. It's got all your nose accessories that you need to have.
Has your podcast gone off the rails? Are you suffering from podcast fatigue? Would you like a podcast that makes sense, where the podcasters are actually talking about a specific thing in a linear fashion? Well, then you're in the wrong podcast. That's right. You're in the wrong podcast. Now you have many choices for podcasts. As a matter of fact, there's a podcast on how to build your own radio. But guess what? That one's really fucking boring. So don't do it.
But it is linear.
So if your podcast has gone off the rails, well, that's life.
That's life.
Man, a lot of planes here tonight.
You know, with this beautiful kind of moody scene, I think we could do an Oda Pepperone.
Let's do an Oda Pepperone.
And now a fragrance that pierces through the darkness of your nose. It's Oda Pepperone.
Are you a member of a club you don't want to be in?
Pepitone.
Then have we got the perfume for you? If you have self-hatred or a rash or a bank account that has 0 in it, then we have a perfume for you.
Pepitone.
We have a perfume for you. We have a perfume for you. Their perfume is called...
The Pepitone.
That's right. All you have to do is find out where it is sold. We only sell Oda Pepperone in pop-up stores. That's right. Stores that just pop up.
Elusive.
Stores that just pop up. And you can find Oda Pepperone at one of these stores.
Surprise, surprise.
Oda Pepperone is made in a small warehouse in Bayonne, New Jersey, by people who have been emotionally tortured by their significant other for years.
Pepitone.
Put a little dab behind your ears and watch people run.
Pepitone.
Oda Pepitone is something that you could tell your grandchildren about if they could get close to you, but when you're wearing Oda Pepitone, maybe they can't get close to you.
It burns the nostrils.
Oda Pepitone is like a clown crying in a street that has nothing but sewage and blood. Let me say that line again. Oda Pepitone is like a clown crying in a street that has nothing but sewage and blood.
Pepitone.
But guess what? It's cheap. Oda Pepitone is oh so affordable.
We will not be undersold.
We won't be undersold. Oda Pepitone is great in a war zone because when you put on Oda Pepitone, soldiers that are closing in on you will not be inclined to get too close.
Behind enemy lines.
Oda Pepitone always leads to sex, but usually masturbation.
Pepitone. Pick up your Oda Pepitone today. Good luck finding it.
Wow, it is getting dark.
Oh, it's dark. It's
No, I
very
mean,
dark.
I'm looking at the camera there.
Yeah. We're.
I think we're
barely
at the
visible.
end. I mean, we are at the end, and I don't know. I thought this episode was probably our best.
Absolutely. This is a top 10.
I hope the people who watched the tree video and got referred here for eco podcasting are not too disturbed.
No. This podcast keeps on giving, and we don't stop. Rain or shine, sun or no sun, we keep going. We won't.
There you have it, folks. I got to go home and pack for Vegas.
Yeah. Eddie's
Are
gotta
you
go.
working tonight, Kev, or you're off?
I am not working tonight. I do have to go to the Improv later
What are you going
on
there?
tonight. There may be a hosting spot that I'm going to be doing. We shall
Tonight?
see. Yeah.
Okay.
But at the lab there was a tentative. Hey, could you cover if they don't come through?
Boy, that sounds like a good gig.
Oh, it's a great gig. Hey, they go. Hey, I know you're not doing anything. You want to come on down? Well, right as our final send off, Eddie. Do you have any words that you want to give out to the people as you go out into the road? You won't be podcasting for the next couple of weeks.
I'll tell you, I really think that the biggest thing is walking through your fear and realizing that life is going to be uncomfortable. It just is, and accept that. Just kind of embrace it, if you will. Go toward the discomfort in your life, and you will come out the other side. Don't run away from the discomfort. Don't constantly escape it or drug it away or drink it away or, escape. Just kind of gently take it in. Keep going toward what you want to do with your life. Keep putting one foot in front of the other, and don't let fear overcome you. Just know that this too shall pass. I think that's what I want to say.
Yeah, going towards fear. That's why I do this podcast every week.
Yes.
You know, we don't avoid the discomfort.
No.
We make it happen.
No, I think people see the discomfort.
Absolutely. Well, folks, thanks so much for joining us here. Patreon, YouTube, EddiePepitone.com. Go over there, hit the subscribe button, the like button, all that good stuff. EddiePepitone.com got all his show dates. I always say got some. He got all them show dates on EddiePepitone.com. And that's it.
Thank you, folks, for watching and or listening or both to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.